Hello everyone, my name is Ellen Citraningrum and I am an English education student from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. And today, I would like to present my study entitled Flipgrid, a pathway to enhance student speaking performance. As we all know that speaking is one of the most important skills to be learned and improved as an efficient form of communication. According to Lucy, speaking English as a foreign language is more complicated than other language skills. EFL learners, no matter how much they learn the English language, often face many difficulties in communication. A study conducted by Al-Jamal and Al-Dal in 2014 showed that most EFL students tend to have little motivation, little proficiency, and are passive. Therefore, to improve student speaking skills in English, many ways can be used, such as discussion, simulation, role play, storytelling, etc. Those activities are usually carried out face-to-face in the classroom. However, due to COVID-19, schools and universities were closed. In response to schools and universities' closure, UNESCO recommended using distance education programs and educational application or platform that teachers and schools can use to reach the students regardless of distance. There are many online platforms that can be used in online learning, and one of them is Flipgrid, which is used in speaking classes in English education department. This study identified the following question: to what extent do features in Flipgrid support students' learning in order to improve their speaking skills? Flipgrid is an online video discussion forum aimed at empowering students and facilitating student engagement and social learning. In June 2018, Microsoft acquired Flipgrid and making it freely available for educators worldwide as a part of Office 365 for education. This is an example of topics in a grid. The teacher creates a grid and then invites the students through a specific link to upload short video responses to a topic. The following are some Flipgrid features. In Flipgrid, we can add image, video, add stickers, and then provide feedback to students' responses. This study used qualitative research case study to investigate whether using the features of the Flipgrid could improve the students' speaking skills. The participants were taken from the second year of undergraduate student who majored in English education program. In order to find out to what extent the features in Flipgrid support students' learning in order to improve their speaking skills, the researchers used two instruments to collecting the data. They were document analysis and interview. The documents analyzed in the study were the student speaking video that was analyzed using the combination of the speaking rating scale from Harris and Anderson and Delmonico. This is the step from collecting until presenting the data. The first one, analyzing student speaking video using one of the existing speaking rubrics available with several modifications, and then the score for each speaking aspects in each topic added up. After all the scores added up, 6 students were selected for an interview with the criteria of 2 students who get the highest score, 2 students who get the average score, and 2 students who get the lowest score. The researcher planned to interview 6 students, S1 until S6, but unfortunately, S6 was very difficult to reach. Therefore, the researcher decided to continue the research with 5 participants, S1 until S5, to be interviewed. The interview was conducted after the student speaking video had been assessed, and then the interview were carried out through the line platform by using English. The researcher asked questions using voice note, and the interviewee also answered using voice notes so that they could be stored and listened repeatedly for transcript. Each student was given several questions related to the use of Flipgrid in their speaking class. After transcribing the interview, the data was classified into the coding data level, and the data amount are reduced to be more precise. And then the two data from the student speaking video and interviews are combined through triangulation. The video provided information on the student speaking abilities, and then the interview details can be used as a guide to help the interpretation of the student speaking video. The topic investigated in the present study is concerned with the student speaking skill, but by using Flipgrid as a platform. The table showed that students' overall scores from the 5 speaking video topics they have uploaded to Flipgrid. The student speaking scores from the 5 topics above were added up and then ranked to determine the 2 students with the highest score, 2 students with the average score, and 2 students with the lowest score. The students Q, R, and S were excluded from the ranking because they did not qualify to become study participants due to many missing scores. Therefore, the researcher chose S5 and S6 as the 2 students with the lowest score to replace students R and S. Table 2 is an example of the student speaking assessment with the topic I am a moderator in a seminar. Based on the speaking performance, it can be explained that S1 until S4 have the same score in pronunciation aspect, which is 4, and then S5 got 3 points because there were some words that were mispronounced by S5. In addition, the S1 until F5 got the perfect score on grammar and vocabulary aspects. There is no grammar error in their speaking video, and then for the vocabulary, they chose the appropriate vocabulary in accordance with the context, which is a moderator in a seminar. Furthermore, in the fluency aspect, S4 has a steady pace from the beginning to the end of the sentence, and then S1 spoke quite fluently, but some sentences repeated. And then S3 spoke at a fairly slow pace among other students. He also repeated a sentence, kept repeating a sentence, and then S5 often looked to the text, so it is more like a reading rather than a presentation perhaps, and it made the flow of the speech inconsistent. In nonverbal aspects such as facial expression and gestures, the facial expression showed by S1 and S4 often matched the emotion expressed, and then S2 and S5 didn't show many facial expressions that match the message being conveyed. In addition, most of them got a low score for gesture aspect because they didn't use gestures in their speaking videos. Based on the students' interview, most of them claimed that they felt their speaking ability had improved. From 5 participants, 3 participants stated that they were better in several speaking aspects. Like S2 stated that her fluency had increased because before recording the video, she has to repeat herself multiple times, and it helped her to not stutter while speaking. In agreement with S2, S4 also revealed that besides taking video, she did a lot of practice and paid more attention to pronunciation, choice of word, stress words, etc. And other participant, S5, stated that her pronunciation increased because she checks the pronunciation in a dictionary before recording the video. This is in line with Dyer 2015, who claimed that video recording includes students in the learning process by enabling them to view their recording and recognize their speech strengths and area for improvement. This can contribute to enhanced skills. Different statements come from S3 and S1. S3 stated that Flipgrid is just a media where you can submit your work, and S1 and S3 argued that the feedback feature where the user can give the other work feedback might improve speaking skills. However, they are not sure whether their speaking skills have improved or not. Finally, we have come to the conclusion of the study. So, Flipgrid is a video chat platform designed to participate in video and audio recording conversation easily. And then the discussion or conversation around the group are spread equally by Flipgrid, which increase speaking time, pronunciation, and communication among students. The result indicates that the student speaking skills could be strengthened by using Flipgrid as a forum to upload their speaking video. It was noticed that there was an effect on the students' speech performance in this class. The students claimed that their fluency, pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, facial expression, and gestures were improved while using Flipgrid. Students acknowledged that the platform was easy to use and helped them to practice more. However, the finding of this study cannot be seen as a standard that all students using Flipgrid can enhance their speaking skills. Therefore, this study suggests that further research needs to be carried out on Flipgrid so that the effect of Flipgrid on a student's speaking ability can be explored more. That's all from me, and I truly appreciate the opportunity to present this study. Thank you.